Hello everybody, we've got a couple things we want to show you today here. We have the new HS Unleashed starter deck, which is Chaos Control and upgrades that we've done to that. We also have the Typhlosion Booster Tin here from Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that contains the Ember Spark deck plus some upgrades. This will probably be on a different video. There are a couple things in the background we'd like to mention to you. You want to go ahead and tell us about those?
Meganium tin is nice because it has some first it came weak, then we made it stronger.
That's the Growth Clash deck, and then we have the Feraligatr tin over here, which contains the Mind Flood deck.
I really like Mind Flood because the two Feraligatrs are each good, but the bestest one is the one that came with it.
We do like that. So we'll get going on those later, but today we're going to start off with the Chaos Control deck, HS Unleashed. This is a really nice deck. So we're going to go ahead and open that up here. Why don't you get that set up for us? We're relatively new to the game and relatively new collectors, so we're still working on building our collection, getting more cards. So there are probably a lot of things that you'd say you'd like to do differently, and so would we. We just don't have the cards yet. So we're trying to build that collection, but thought we'd show off a few things today. This is just energy. We'll move past that pretty quickly. Pretty much what came with the deck is what we have. All right, we've got the coin actually. So take a look at that. Got the nice, nice coin here. Put that down.
On the board.
We're going to start off with just the basic Pokemon. We have the 4 Beldums that came with the set. The artwork is very nice. I think that's one of the very first things that we noticed about this. Great artwork, so that's very impressive. The next thing we want to talk about, pretty much we're only going to spend time on the Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon. Came with 1 or 2 Metangs. We actually have 4 in the set, so we'll expound upon this real quickly as to what we like about it.
Metang is nice. He's a nice fighter because he can't get knocked out easily. If he was in like the Mind Flood deck and somebody was playing with the Tyranitar could knock out him because he can do 80 damage.
He does. He can.
And
It's
50
an HP of
damage
80.
for him.
Absolutely. So this is a good card. We have 4 of them in the deck. We actually really like this card. You know, maybe not the strongest of cards in decks, but we do prefer that. We have the Riolu. We have 4 of those that came with the deck. I believe 4 came with it. So these are the Riolus. And then we've added a couple different cards. We have the Lucario here, as you can see. That is a reverse hollow Lucario that we've picked up. And we've got the one that came with the deck, along with one from a different series. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the one that came with the deck?
Okay. Lucario is nice because his
It's the Magma Punch.
not the man.
Well, he has the bulk up attack. That's the small attack that he does. It only takes.
Bulk up is nice because first attack it does 30, and next turn it does 30. And if you're doing the bulk up again, it does an extra 30, or if you were doing the 50 damage attack, it did 30 plus 50.
So that is a good card. We'll skip about talking on the other one, and let's go on to Larvitar. We have 4 Larvitars that came with the deck. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to move on to the Pupitar. We've got one that we picked up. This is a reverse hollow Pupitar. This is the more uncommon. So I'm going to let a little discussion about the reverse hollow.
The reverse hollow is nice because it's kind of like the Lucario because its little attack does 30 and its big attack does 50. And I really like what it's weak to. Because if he was in a separate deck with Tyranitar could, if he was doing his little attack, he wouldn't knock him out, but if he did it again, he would.
So we'll just skip past the one that comes with Growth Clash because we're sure you guys have seen that. We're going to move on to Tyranitar, which you guys have probably all seen, but we actually have 2 in our deck. We'd like to add 2 more as well. We're still collecting and trying to get those together. We just picked up one today, and we've got one that came with.
We picked up today.
We've got one that came.
No, we didn't pick up this one today. We
Okay.
picked up the other one.
All right. Well, we'll have this one here so you guys can view that. And why don't you talk about what you like about it?
I like this one, even that it's not a prime, because it's kind of nice because it can do the same attacks, and its 40
Similar
damage
attacks.
attack is nice, and its 80 is tough.
So
Yeah.
Tyranitar, probably the best card in the deck. We like that a lot. We're going to move on to talk about one other Pokemon before we go on to talking about the supporter cards.
Or the next video.
This is Sudowoodo. This is an actual holo, and we really like this card a lot. The artwork is great,
Let me talk
and
about
I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about that.
I really like Sudowoodo because his 20 damage attack plus all the fighting energies on him, that's how much damage his 40 damage attack does.
Yes.
And if you're weak to that, it does 80.
We found, I'm going to show you this one more time because it's just worth looking at again. We found this is actually a very effective basic Pokemon. You can't evolve, but we probably will keep this in the deck. We do have an Onix as well, just to fill out the deck. We will probably remove the Onix once we get another Tyranitar. So you'll be seeing that going. Like to get that out pretty soon, but it's there for now. We're going to briefly talk about the supporter cards. I'll tell you just a little bit about those. We have 4 interviewers' questions. Really like this card because it allows you to search for energy in your deck. It allows you to look at the top 8 cards and take out as many energy as you like. So you can kind of strengthen up your Pokemon much more quickly with that particular card. So we've got 4 of those. I just like it that much. We have 3 of the Engineer's Adjustments. You discard an energy and allows you to draw 4 cards. That has been a very effective tool in playing the game. So we've used this very frequently and like it a lot. So we have 3 of those in the deck. Pass those over. We've got the MC's Chatter. 2 of those. Flip a coin. You draw 3 cards or 2, depending on if it's heads or tails. Of course, tails, you get the lesser of the attacks. The Cheerleader's Cheer, again, allows you to draw cards. 3 cards allows your opponent to draw 1. We really like supporter cards that allow you to draw additional cards. I just think it allows you to get through your deck pretty quickly. Both seem to like that a lot. And the last card we're going to talk about is the Energy Return. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Energy Return?
Energy Return is nice because it lets you return energy, 4 energies from your discard pile into your deck.
As well as the fact that when we have 2 Tyranitars, we only have 3 Darkness energies, so that allows us to recycle some energies there. So just leave you with a picture of the Beldum, and we're going to have more videos. Look to be getting a booster box sometime in the near future, so we're excited about getting that sometime soon and opening that up. And that's going to be it for us today. Thanks a lot.